Welcome into College Football Mornings. It is Thursday, which means that it is our Saturday's plays. But if you are not familiar with our show, make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube page. We do this every single day, weekday, during the season, and provide you with a whole bunch of different college football content, from waivers to betting to prize picks to a bunch of different storylines. Our YouTube page is the go-to source for college football and campus to Canton information. So make sure that you like and subscribe to everything that we do. And if for a whole bunch of different shows as well, not just our morning shows, we have Debbie Debate, we have campus, we have The Official, we have Friday Night Lights, both recruiting shows, everything from recruiting through college football to betting. It's all there. Check us out. Saturday Plays is one of my favorite shows because it gives us a look at three of my favorite lines before the Saturday games kick off, and whether that's against the spread or totals, we try to find our three favorites. For everything else, make sure that you're subscribed to campuscanton.com. The NIL tier has access to every single play that we recommend and make. Georgia State, App State last night was a good one. We played App State 3.5 live. Cash that easy. Let's kick off what we like for Saturday. I got a couple. I'm going to give you one of each. So let's start against the spread. I like Northern Illinois -3 against Ohio. I think that they are still being a little discounted considering that Rocky Lombardi is back. And when he plays, that offense is pretty different. They played extremely well last week. I think they're going to see more of the same against Ohio. I don't think this Ohio offense is quite as good as we think it may be. They've had some really good weeks, but I think Curtis O'Rourke is kind of coming back to earth. He didn't throw a touchdown last week. I think that we're going to see NIU play a better brand of offense than we've seen without Rocky Lombardi. And what's interesting about the Lombardi thing, and is why I think he's being discounted, he didn't play the first snap last week, and then he came in and played the rest of the game. Just weird tomfoolery coming from the Huskies. So I actually think this is a little bit cheaper because maybe he didn't start last week. Just kind of a weird number. Give me 3, lay 3 with NIU. And then I like a total. I like a couple totals this week, and they're all kind of weather related. Utah State, Wyoming, under 43.5 is out there currently. There might be a 44, depending on what books you have access to. It's going to be windy in Wyoming. Laramie is a traditionally very windy place. There are gusts upward of 40 miles per hour, but it's going to consistently be between 20 and 30. Utah State is on a true freshman quarterback. Wyoming, I don't know how much I trust their offense to score. I mean, it is a run-based offense, so I understand why the total is not super, super low. But yeah, I don't think this game is going to be extremely high scoring. I think that with the weather, specifically the wind, we're going to be able to hit that under 43.5, under 44. I actually took it. It's actually gone up, which is a little bit surprising to me, but I'm still playing the under, and I'll play it up to like 45. So there's a little bit of leeway here. Or I'll play it down to 42.5. If it's 45, even better. All right, let's kick it off. Let's end it with a money line. So I think the wrong team is favored in the Eastern Michigan game. Eastern Michigan is kind of posting a really impressive performance recently, and I think it's kind of going unnoticed. They have, they lost to Northern Illinois last week with 29 points. So I'm not going to act like they're playing like lights out football, but they're playing a lot better. They're playing a lot better defensively as well. And I think that they could beat this Ball State team that I don't really have a good read on. I think Ball State might actually not be very good. Eastern Michigan tore up Western Michigan 2 weeks ago. And yeah, they played a Northern Illinois team that got back Rocky Lombardi. That's a different team, but they're still 4-3. They're going against the Ball State team, who I haven't really seen a lot of impressive performances from. So they beat Connecticut last week, but UConn kept it pretty close. They beat Central Michigan by a point. and they beat Northern Illinois in overtime. A game absolutely should have lost. I actually had a chance to watch that whole game. The wrong team won that game in overtime. And post-game win expectancy plays that out as well. I think Eastern Michigan's just a better team currently. I think that they are kind of getting it together. I think Samson Evans is a pretty quality running back for the MAC, and I think that they're doing a couple things that Ball State's just going to have a hard time stopping. I like the Ball State offense fine. I don't think John Paddock is great. I like Jay Sean Jackson, but the defense is giving me a lot of concerns. They're not getting back at their best players still. They're still missing a linebacker who's been out the whole season, who's probably the best player. I don't know what to do with this Ball State team. I really don't. I think Eastern Michigan's better, and I'm surprised that they are 2.5-point dogs. So I'm going to play Eastern Michigan on the money line. You can get them at plus 115 on DraftKings currently, but there's a couple other places that you can get them as well if you don't have access to DraftKings, which I assume you do, but that's the best number that's currently out there. Make sure you shop around a little bit in case it moves by the time that you watch this show. Let's win some money this weekend. One of each. Roll back through it. I'm on NIU -3. I just think the market hasn't quite caught up to Rocky Lombardi. I am on the under in Utah State, Wyoming. It is going to be windy in Wyoming. Very, very windy. 40-mile per hour gusts. I'm not messing around with an over in that game. And I think Eastern Michigan is getting their stuff together and can beat Ball State outright as an underdog. I think the wrong team is favored. That's it. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the Campus Canton YouTube page. Check us out, campuscanton.com. There's a bunch of new information, and we have a giveaway coming up soon that you're going to want to check out over there. Giving away Bijan Robinson, Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba signed jerseys. As always, I'm Chris Moxley. Find me at Chris Moxley 19 and everything I do at Campus Canton.